Vance was a young lady with an eye for art. Her family says she had a heart of gold.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Unfortunately, Chase did not get to see many birthdays. 3 years ago, she went to Sonora Behavioral Health Hospital for help. After discharge, she took her own life. Her family launched a wrongful death lawsuit. In court documents, the family claims, among other things, the hospital's negligent, careless, and reckless acts and omissions, including the failure to diagnose, manage, and treat Chase Vance proximately, caused her premature death. Chase was just 17. A year later, another death. This one was within the walls of Sonora Behavioral Health Hospital. Records with the Arizona Department of Health Services claim a patient was able to take her own life while in their care because of numerous hospital violations. For example, the hospital did not have the proper sheets that would break away under a person's weight. The hospital did not have the correct door hinges that you couldn't hang something from. They had a behavioral health technician with no medical experience and was in fact hired as a driver. The nurse was supposed to check on her every 5 minutes, but didn't, instead taking a 20-minute coffee break. It was then the woman hanged herself. A lawsuit names that patient as Tara Moon. And it's not just those citations. Of all of the psychiatric hospitals in the state, Sonora Behavioral Health Hospital has the most with 82. To top that off, in the last 3 years, it is the only one to have the most severe condition possible, one case of immediate jeopardy. A lot of questions about what's going on there, so we took our questions to Phoenix, to Arizona Department of Health Services. When I'm looking at stuff from 2016. I sat down with Colby Bauer, the Assistant Director of Public Health Licensing.
Is there a certain number of citations that you would consider to be a lot?
You know, I would encourage people to just not look at the raw numbers of citations. For example, you may have in a child care facility a lot of citations, but not all of those are particularly concerning.
What is concerning, as we dug deeper into the records, we found a nurse without a valid license to work in Arizona, a behavioral health technician who assaulted a child patient. We even found a nurse they claimed was drunk on the job. Then we found the most concerning of them all, one case of immediate jeopardy when Tara died.
If something's not corrected, a patient could be harmed any moment. That's called an immediate jeopardy. And what that means is our surveyors will not leave. They will stay there overnight. They will stay there 2 or 3 days. We will call additional surveyors in. They will not leave until the facility has corrected that issue.
Did the Arizona Department of Health Services do everything correctly to your knowledge of this case?
Yeah, I certainly believe so.
As a result of all of these
Within the citations of this immediate jeopardy case, detailed notes.
The wording in this says that Chief Executive Officer failed to be accounted for. The hospital failed to ensure that patients' right. The hospital failed. It's very strong words. Does this mean the hospital is responsible, the Chief Executive Officer is responsible for this death?
So what those terms mean is really in our administrative rule set, we require that the administrator is responsible for a whole host of things. So the wording in there reflects that the person or the facility responsible did not follow those rules and allowed a condition to occur that's in violation of our rules.
Hi, my name is Wendi Redman. I work with KOLD News 13. I would like to speak with someone about the 80 citations your hospital has from the Arizona Department of Health Services in the last 3 years. After leaving multiple messages and no return phone call, we went to the hospital. I spoke with hospital CEO Connie Burnett off camera. I was told no comment.
You know, I wanted to make sure you guys had a fair chance to share your side and as we're looking at it.
I really appreciate it, yeah, I do. I honestly do. We did get some directives, so I just need to let you know I can't.
Eventually, I did receive a written response from Ms. Burnett. It reads in part, "Our healthcare professionals are committed to ensuring the physical and emotional well-being of our patients. We maintain a zero-tolerance policy for any action that could endanger the physical or emotional well-being of a patient or employee. Due to federal and state patient privacy and confidentiality laws, we cannot comment on any specific incidents." The courts will ultimately determine who is responsible for the deaths of Tara and Chase. As for Chase's family, they hold on tight to her memory through her pictures and artwork. The data we use for this investigation looks at the last 3 years. The Arizona Department of Health Services tells us state inspectors go out to survey once a year unless there are previous citations they are ensuring are fixed or they receive complaints. As for the hospital's most recent citation, that was about a year ago for admitting too many patients. We should also note any action taken against a provider can be challenged in court. And the citations we've talked about for this story have since been corrected. Back to you.